Hello everyone. Today we will continue our VBA exercise from our last video. In the last video from this file, we worked in the vehicle workbook. This is vehicle.xlsm, the macro enabled workbook. We will open that. Here we add formatting using recording macro, the titles we added and the other formattings, and when you click this new vehicle sheet, this data will be called from calling procedure. Today what we are going to do is we will go to the VB editor, Alt F11. Okay, the module is mod new vehicles. We'll select that. You can see in the title vehicles.xlsm workbook. The module is mod new vehicles. You can see which workbook and which module is selected. Here you can see how many sub procedures we created. These three procedures we created in the last video. In the get new vehicles, we open this workbook received vehicles.xlss to get the new data. But here we will go to the C3, that is new vehicles. This is the calling procedure from get new inventory. From here we are calling all three procedures: get new vehicles, move cells, and add formatting. Here what we are going to do, here we will put a message box. If the user click yes from the message box, then only the get inventory procedure should be called, otherwise not. So we will add a message box here. First we will declare the message box name, dimension dim, response as string. Now we will put the message box, one tab key, response, that is equal message box. Okay, within the bracket, then double quotes. You can see first is prompt, then we can add the buttons, VB message box styles. We can add whatever the message box we want to add. Then title we can add. First we will add the prompt message. What the message is going to be in the message box. The user will read, are you going to call this get new entry procedure? We'll close the double quotes, comma, space. We can write the other details also in this line. Also, if you are going to write the other details in the next line, for the line continuation, after space we can put underscore, then enter, then tab. Here we can type the button what we want. We want BB yes no. The yes and no buttons will be there in the message box. Also, if this is a question, we can need a question mark as well, not compulsory. BB question. We can press the tab key that is selected, comma, space. Then we can go to the next line. Also we can write in the same line as well. If we are going to the next line, after space we can type underscore, then next line. Now what we are going to write, title. So title is in the double quote, get inventory procedure. We'll put a question mark. We are asking, are you going to get the inventory procedure? Close the double quotes and close parenthesis. Now there will be message box. User will rate, are you going to get new entry procedure? If we click yes, then only get new entry procedure has to be called. So we will put an if function here, enter, and then here we will put an if function if this response is equal to VB yes. If the user click yes, then this is the if function. If we start with the if, then we'll end with the then. If this is the condition, then this is the statement under the if. So we will select this and press tab key. This will come, we'll cut this will come after this message box, right? After the user click the yes button or no button, after the response from the user, only this if function will, right? Then this will come after this. Then we'll cut this get new entry procedure name. We'll paste it here. Now you can see after the message box, if the user click yes, then the get new entry procedure will be called. After this, we don't need to put end if, because this only there's only one line. If there is any other statement, we have to put end if. Now there is no need to put end if after starting this if statement. Now we will write this. Before that, we will click the cursor between this sub and end sub. We'll compile this. Okay, no errors found. We'll save Alt F11 to switch to window. Right, now we will clear this first. Then we will go to the inventory sheet. The shortcut Control Shift and page up. Then Control Shift and page down to the right side sheet selection. Okay, now we will move to the new vehicle sheet. It is asking, are you going to get new entry procedure? Now you will click no. There will be no action. Go back to new inventory sheet and come back to here. This is asking again, are you going to get inventory procedure? Now we will click yes. As per the user's response, the procedure is working. Now we will remove this, go back inventory sheet. Okay. Right. Now we will switch to VBA. Now we will go to the module MOD new vehicles. This get new vehicles procedure we recorded using macro. Now using macro we open this workbook receive vehicles.xlsx. From that workbook only we get the new data. Now what we are going to do, the user is going to give the workbook name. From there only the data is going to capture. For that, here after the sub procedure, we will declare some variables. The cell range we have to select from the particular workbook. So the last cell we have to identify. So dim last cell as range. Tab key. This last cell is the variable. Also, we have to find the file location and the file. File location and the file also the new variables. We have to find the file location. So dim file location comma file both as string, right? So now we declare the variables. So here tab key, what is the file location? For file location, which one we are going to assign for file location? This workbook. The workbook is open now. Here you can see in the title vehicles.xl lesson. This workbook is open now. So this workbook.path means that this workbook path is the file location for the workbook we are going to open to get the new data, new vehicles data. Also, at the same time, the both workbooks, both files should be in the same directory, right? Now we found the file location, that is the same workbook path. Now user is going to give the file name. So file is equal, that is using input box. We will give the input box and this user will input the file name. Open prompt. Here prompt will be first, then title. Then we can give a default response. If the user is going to give the receipt vehicles .xlsx as the response, we can give that as default, or else the user can change any different workbook name. Here we will put the prompt. User will read this, from where you are going to get the new vehicles data. Okay, this should be in double quotes. Okay, question mark and double quotes, comma, space. Also we can write in the next line for the line continuation, underscore, enter, tab. Okay, now the title, new vehicles data, right, within double quotes this would be. Okay, then comma, space. Now we can give the default response within double quotes. At the moment we'll copy this. So no issue with the spell mistake. Okay, close the double quotes and close parenthesis. Okay, now we will enter. Now workbooks.open file name, using the macro recording only this path is recorded. So here we will put delete the underscore, and here should be the location, file location and the file name. So we will write file location, the variable already declared and defined using this workbook.path. Then in the concatenate character and sign within double quotes, we will put this slash. Okay, then space, then the file name should be there. That is using the input box. The user will input the file name. That will be here. We will enter. Now this will be in red. We don't need this anymore. We'll delete this. Now workbooks.open file. The file location is the same directory of this workbook and the file is from user input. Now range A1 to B11 is selected, that is using the macro recording, but we don't know how many rows, how much of data is in that particular new workbook. So the cell is A1 correct. We have to find the last cell. That's why I declare this variable last cell. Okay, before this we will set this last cell variable. Which one is going to set to the variable is in the B column. So range B1 dot end. So we will go to the end of the row of particular column B, open parenthesis, then XL down. We will go to down, that is XL down, close parenthesis. Now the last cell is from the B column. Range B1 end XL down. We are going to the last populated cell of the column B. So here we can select the range of B column or all details from A1 cell to last cell of the B column. So here we will put close the double quotes, then comma, space. For the last cell we will put that variable last cells dot select, right? Now the whole data is selected from the received vehicle workbook. A2 is activated, then copied, the data is copied, then switch to vehicles workbook. Range A1 activated, we pasted the data, then we opened the received vehicles workbook. Here, this is using the macro recording, the vehicles received vehicles workbook, but user give the workbook name, that is file. So we have to change the name here as file. Okay, at workbook.serve. Now we will compile this. No issue. We'll serve this. Already get new vehicles procedure is in the get new inventory procedure. Here. So this get new inventory procedure is under this private worksheet new vehicles. So we can call this, switch to Excel book, go to the new vehicle sheet. It is asking, are you going to get in new inventory procedure? Yes. It is asking the title new vehicles data. Message is from where you are going to get the new vehicles data. The default workbook is file name is here. We can change the other file names as well, but should be in the same directory. We will click OK. From this workbook, we are going to get the data debug. Okay. Here we are setting the last cell as last populated cell of B column. We are not selecting that. In the next row only, we are selecting that range from A1 to last cell. Right. We can click this reset button to reset this. Okay, now we will serve. Now go back to Excel window. Switch the sheets. Okay, it is asking. Yes. Now there is no error. Okay, you can see. We are setting the last cell, but we don't need to select. After that, only we are selecting the range. Now we will do an exercise. In the same directory we have in workbook winnumbers.xlsx. We'll open that. Here, this is the win number, vehicle identification number. From this, we are going to extract the details for these topics. The all details are contained in this win number. Okay, we will go to the VB editor. Alt F11. Just we will minimize this, and we will open a module here. Now you can see win numbers workbook is selected, but the different module MOD new vehicles that is selected. That is from the vehicles workbook. So we have to add a new module in this win numbers project. Right click, insert and select module. Right, now this is selected. Here what we are going to do for this exercise, we are going to extract the details from this win number. So we will create a sub procedure. First win. Here we will declare some variables. Win num, all are case string. So we will write all together in one line. If there are different variable objects only, we will write in the different line. Okay, then what? Year, make, model, these things. Year, make, model, color, country, classification. Right? These variables we are going to declare as string. First win number is in the A2 cell. Right? We will set that win number into the range A2. So range A2, not select. We selected the range A2, cell A2, that is the win number here. Now we will set this range to the win number variable. Active cell dot value of the active cell. This one we are going to assign to this variable win number. Win num. We assign the active cell dot value of the active cell is assigned to this variable win num. Now also in the Excel we used to use the function mid, left, right. From the win number we are going to extract these details using mid, left and right function. So using mid function, the first is the string that is from the win number, win num, comma space start as long. Which character it is starting for the year? That is the 11th character and only one character. The 11th character is from this Vinnam, that is year. This one we are going to assign this to the variable year. Right. For the other variables, we are going to assign using this function. For the variable make, we will assign with function from the string Vinnam. That is the second character and only one character. This one we are going to assign to the variable make. Okay, then model. Meet Vinnam, the third and fourth character. From third character, there will be length 2. So, 2 characters. Color is equal meet function. From the win, it is 12th character. Only one character. Next one is the variable country. We are going to assign to the variable country using left function. Vinnam, only one character in the left side. Yes. Finally, for the classification, using right function from the string Vinnam, only one character, right? Now we got the all variables assigned using these functions. Now this assigned variable in the worksheet where we are going to put these values. For that, now the selected cell is range A2. Now the year should be in the cell B2. So for that, active cell dot using offset. Here rows are not going to change, so we will leave a comma then a space, but the column is going to offset by one column. Dot select. This is going to be the year. So equal year. So we are going to put the year data in this cell. This is the selection of a cell. That is, you can see from A to one cell offset right side. So this is the cell B2. In the cell B2, we are going to put the year. Right. Likewise, we will set all the data into all cells. So here we can put this in the with statement with active cell. Then double click this and delete this. Tab key 2 times. So dot offset. That's right. Here all lines are going to be active cell dot offset, active cell dot offset. That's why we use the with statement, and here we put the active cell. Then press in the next line, press tab key. Then we can type dot offset for the all lines within this with statements. So this will be in the column C. No changes in the row. Then comma space 2. Dot select, we will select that cell. The selected cell is assigned by make. Likewise, we will write another details. Now we will close the with statement. Start this with end with. Now with statement is closed. Now we will remove this line, so many blank lines here. Right. Now we will compile this classification. Spell mistake. In the variable define, we are here. Spelling mistake. That this name will be here. Should be here. Now it is correct. We'll compile this and we'll save this. Okay, we have to save this workbook as Excel enabled workbook. Okay, we'll save this in the same directory. Now we will switch to the Excel window. Alt F8 to get this macro window. What's the procedure name? Pairs with. So we will select and run this. Debug. Here we don't need to select this cell. Okay. Now it is correct. We don't need to select this cell. Active cell offset. We are moving to that cell. That cell is assigned to the year and make these descriptions. Now we will reset and save this. Okay, we'll jump here. Alt F8. We'll run this procedure first. Win. Now it is fine. You can see. Here is this character. Here is here. Likewise, all details extracted from the win number. Done. Now we will close this. This exercise is done. We'll go to the VBA of this vehicles.xlsm from the module mod new vehicles. What we are going to do in the get inventory procedure, we are going to add something. Here you can see win numbers from this calling procedures, 3 calling procedures. This activities happened. So here only the win number in the A column and dealer cost is in the G column. Now we get another details, also the MSR. To get these details, we have to create function for each one. So first, to get the MSRP, here we have to define variable dim dealer cost. Dealer cost as here will define the object variable as single. We will declare another variable dim win number as string. Right. Here two variables. This is the variable win number. We declared newly variable here. Okay. After these 3 called procedures, here we will write. Now, where's the win number? In the cell A2. Okay. So, range A2 dot select. We selected the range A2. This is the win number. So, we will assign this selected cell to the variable win number. So, selection dot value, assign this to variable win number. Also, we have to assign to the variable dealer cost as well. So, dealer cost, which one we are going to assign to dealer cost is active cell. Which is the active cell? That is range A2, that is selected. So, active cell dot offset, using offset, no changes in rows or comma space. How many columns we have to shift from win number? This is A. So B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 columns we have to offset. 6. Close parent dot value. This value is the dealer cost. Right. Dealer cost. I could catch. Now we assign this variable. Now what we have to do? Now we have to find the MSRP. Where is the MSRP? In the 7? We have to offset from here. First column 7 offsets. So active cell dot offset open parent comma space 7 close parent dot value. This cell value is assigned by MSRP. But before that, we are going to prepare function for this MSRP. After preparing the function to find the MSRP here, we have to find MSRP. So after after creating the function to MSRP, we will write this code here to get the MSRP here. So now we will comment out this. So we will move here, write a function procedure to find the function to get the MSRP. So we are going to get MSRP. We have to put the parameter what we are going to use to get this MSRP. The parameters are dealer cost and WinNum. These two parameters we are going to use. Here we will use here from this win number. In the early exercise we see if this is A, that is 2018 made. If this is B, that is 2019 made vehicle. So here tab key, we will use the if function. Here what we did earlier using mid function, mid 11th character from WinNum, that is a parameter from WinNum, 11th character and only one character. From 11th character and only one character. If this is equal to A, then this is 2018 made. If this is 2018 made, enter tab key. Then what will be the MSRP? Get MSRP is equal dealer cost into 1.15. Else enter tab key. Get MSRP is equal dealer cost into 1.1. Now we will end this. End if. Okay, so many blank lines, we will remove that. Right, now we will compile and check it. No issue. We'll save this. Now we will move to here in the procedure. We can select the get new inventory procedure under here. Yes. Now we can remove this comment, select the line and uncomment block. Here we can get MSRP. So we are assigning this get MSRP in the active cell dot offset from that 7 offset column, that value. So here we have to put the argument. We define the parameters as dealer cost and WinNum. For those parameters we get to put the argument. What are the argument for the dealer cost? Also the dealer cost, comma, for the WinNum parameter argument this win number that is declared here. Win number, close parent, right. Now it is correct. We'll compile this, save this, go to the Excel window. It is asking. Okay, now we have to do one more change. Before that, we'll press no, click no. If the new vehicle seat is empty, only this get inventory procedure should be called. So we will remove this, go back to this sheet, inventory. Okay, now we will come back to the new vehicle sheet. Here we will put an if function. If the new vehicle sheet is empty, only this will be, we can call the get new inventory procedure. If there is any text in the cell A1, then this get inventory procedure can't be called. So if function range A1, that is in the new vehicle sheet, not in the inventory, in the new vehicle sheet, views that activated procedures apply to the new vehicle sheet. So range A1 is equal empty. Then if the range is equal empty, then only this will be work. We will select this and press tab. Okay. If there is any data, this can't be called. That's what we want. So here we will end this if statement. Now we will check this out. Okay. Previously when we called this worksheet, when we jump to this worksheet, this was filled. Okay, we will click no. Now we will test this. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Some details are here. Okay, now we will switch back to sheets. There are some data. It is the message box not appear. Okay, now we will remove this, switch back to sheets and come back to new vehicle sheets. Now there is no data in the new vehicle sheet. Now the message box is appeared. Are you going to get even into procedure? Yes. From which workbook? This workbook. Okay. Also the MSRP. You can see this is not fit enough. We can write this. We can see the MSRP for the first VIN number is created. We can see that in the module new vehicles using this function. Okay. Why this is not wide enough? So we will cut this add formatting procedure. We will paste this here. After finally if this procedure is called, this will be fine. Now we will remove this, switch the sheets, come back. Okay. Now you can see the MSRP column is fit enough. Now we got the MSRP using function. Now we will got another 5 details, creating 5 different functions. Okay, now we will remove this, switch back to the inventory sheet as usual. Okay, now we will switch to VBA. Same as this, we will create 5 different functions for other details as well. Function procedure for year, get year. Here we have to put the parameter. We don't need the dealer cost, but we need only the VIN number. So parameter, you'll name this as VIN number. Enter. So here we will declare the variable dim dimension year maker. We will write this variable as year maker as string. Here already know if this is A 2018 made, if this is B 2019 made. Here we will use the if function, tab if function, then again using mid function only we are going to extract this mid 11th character of this VIN num, only 11 character, only one character from 11th character. If this is equal A, then what is that? Year is 2018, so get year is equal to 2018, else enter tab, others 2019 only, we don't have any other years. Get year is equal to 2019. That's it. Now we will end it. Now we can compile this, no issue. Now we will jump to the procedure get inventory. Under this, active cell dot offset open parenthesis in the same row, so comma is space one column offset close parenthesis dot value. This value, which will be this one, get year. With the argument for the parameter VIN num is VIN number. Right. So get year is assigned to this cell value. That is guess B2 cell. Yes, B2 cell here. Yeah. Now what we can do something here in the with statement. We can write this with active cell. Here we will remove this active cell. Select these 2 rows, press tab key 2 times. Now it's fine. Here we will type n with, in the with statements. Right. Now we have to create 3 or 4 more functions. Okay, also we can check this. You can see the error is here. Okay, as usual, we will remove this and switch back to the inventory sheet and go back to VBA. Now we have to create the function for make. Here we will create the function procedure get make. The parameter is VIN num. Here we will declare variable, but we are going to take make. So make marker is the variable, and string. Enter mid String is winNum, comma, second string. Only one character. This one is going to be the make mark. That's why we created this variable. Right. Now, we will use another branching method instead of if function called select case. This is also a branching method, same as if. Mark maker variable, enter tab case 0, enter, then again tab the get make. Get make is equal what? These are the data. If this is 1, this is the make. Likewise. Okay. If this is 1, we'll copy this. Case is 1. This is the make. Okay, right. Enter. Case is 2. Enter. Tab. Get make is equal GMC. No need to close the double quotes. Just enter automatically. It will close the double quotes here. Same as I will write this quickly. We will end this select and select. Same as end if. Here end select. Now we will compile this. No issue. We'll save this. Now the function is created. Now we will move get new entry procedure under this enter dot offset open parenth comma space 2 close parenth dot value is equal what, which one we are assigned to this cell value is get make. The argument is number. Now we can check this. Switch back to the seat new vehicles. Okay, I'm going to get this procedure just from this workbook. Yes, first we create the function for MSRP, we got that. Then the if function for year, then the selection branch method for the make. Also we can create the if function as well. Now we have to create the same for the model classification and the color as well. As usual, we will remove this and switch back to the inventory sheet and switch back to VBA. The function procedure for get model. The parameter is winNum. I will write this code quickly. You can see we define the variable model maker as string, the mid using mid function from the parameter winNum, third and fourth character. From third character, there are 2 characters to be extracted for the model maker variable. That's the model. Using select case branching method, you can see. Okay, likewise, the branching method is written. Okay, now what we will do in the get inventory under this dot offset open parenth comma space 3 close parenth dot value. Which one is assigned to this cell value? That is get model. The argument for this parameter winNum is winNumber. Now we will compile and switch back to Excel. Switch back to the new vehicle sheet. Yes. Okay. You can see the model also created. Now 2 more functions. Quickly we will do that. Now switch back to inventory sheet. Okay. Now switch back to Excel window. Now we have to create for classification and color. This is for the classification. Same as function get classification procedure is created. Parameter is winNum. These are the strings for these vehicles. Classification. The classification marker is the variable defined. This as string. The right function used from this winNum. The right first character is the classification marker. So using select case branching method, classification marker. If case 1 get classification is car, if case 2 rug, If case 3, ban omni 1, case 4, SUV. Can select same as that. Now what we are going to do in the get inventory, easily we can select this and we can get inventory. Yeah, that is pretty much easy. Dot offset open parent comma space 4 close parent dot value that will be as that is assigned by get classification, and the argument is win number. Okay, and the argument is win number. Enter. Now one more. Now we will arrange this before the, and we will paste it here. Right, this will be in order. Now this the sixth one is dealer cost, already define this variable. Now only the fifth one, that is color. This is the function for the color. Procedure name get color, parameter winnum. These are the color. Color maker is the variable defined as string. So using mid function, 12th character from this winnum is the color that is assigned to this variable color maker. So using the branching method select case, if this is case 0 black, case 1 white, likewise. Finally, case else unknown. Here we will select between function and end function. Compile this VBA project, no issue. So call the function under new inventory. We have to call this function offset dot, no, not here. We'll put this in order here. After this, dot offset open parent comma space 6 close parent dot value, which is assigned to the cell value, equal get color open parent. The argument for the winnum parameter is win number. Now the function is called. This is for the 5. Finally, we will compile this, save this, and switch back to Excel. Switch to inventory sheet and come back to the new vehicle sheet. Yes, from this workbook. Yes, now you can see it is correct. Now all functions created to extract the all details from win number. Now what we are going to do, this is extracted only for the one row. For the old row, we have to extract from all win numbers. For that, what we are going to do, here we will use do while. We will use while loop, do while. I will explain. Do while range A2 dot select. Okay, now the range A2 is selected. Now we will put the do while loop. The condition is win number not equal empty. Do while win number not equal empty. While this condition is true, this loop will work. In the end of the while loop, we will put loop. Now the range A2 is selected. Do while loop, the condition is this one. While this condition is true, the while loop will work. The dealer cost cell is assigned. This is the dealer cost. So from that only, that MSRP will be extracted using dealer cost, and from the win number, then the year, make, model, classification, year, color, this everything will be extracted from the win number. First, the A2 cell is selected. This is the win number. Then in the next loop, the win number has to be this A3 cells. So after this, we will set the win number offset. Now we will jump to one row, but no changes in the column, in the same column, column A, but we are moving the row from cell A2 to A3 because the cell A2 is selected previously here. Now we are moving to cell A3, that is offset row 1. Dot select, we are selecting this cell, then we are assigning this active cell to active cell dot value is win number. Okay, then now this is leave in loop. Now we will check the range A2 is selected. The selection dot value, that is win number. The do while loop is there. For this condition, this while loop will work. This is assigned to the variable dealer cost. Then with this statement, these are there. Then finally the win number is moved to the next row. Then that active cell value is assigned to the win number. Then this will work in the while loop until the end of the row. That is the condition, win number not equal empty. Right, this is in loop. Now we will compile this, save this, switch back to Excel, switch to inventory sheet, come back to new vehicle sheet. Yes, okay. Using do while loop, the all win numbers exacted. Now one more thing we are going to do, we will get the details. Okay, click yes. Okay, when the details comes here from the receipt vehicle book data is extracted from here, then we have to cut this all details from here and we will paste in the inventory sheet at the end here. We will cut from here new vehicles and we will paste in the new inventory. After that we will clear the details in the new vehicle sheet. Okay, for that what we are going to write here, we will use a sub procedure called inventory append. This is the coding I wrote here. The variable I declared last cell as ring, response as integer. So here we are giving a message box to user. So now we will select the sheet from which sheet we are going to cut all details from the new vehicle sheet. So worksheet new vehicles dot select. Now we selected the particular sheet from where we are going to get the data. Then we will give a message box to user. The variable response is assigned to that message box. So in the message box, the message will be prompt is, do you want to append the new vehicles data to inventory? Then we will just no, yes and no buttons will be there. Also question mark. If it is BB question, there will be a question symbol next to the message. Then this will be the title, append inventory. This is the order. Okay. If the response is yes only, we will cut this and paste it in the inventory sheet. I mean the inventory append procedure will work if we click yes only for the message box. Okay. Now the variable last cell, we have to set this variable. So set last cell. Which one we are setting to the last cell? Range from the range here. You can see from range H2. We are going to select from A2 cell the first win number, from first win number 2 in the MSRP last cell. So the MSRP column is H column. Here from H, range H2 dot end X cell down. It means the last populated cell of the H column. Range H2 dot end, then we will select the H cell down. It will go down towards the end of the populated cell of column H. Thus this is the last cell. Now we will select the all data range A2 from A2. That is, you can see if this is from here A2, the data is from until here, let's say from A2 H19. The H19 is the last cell. If the data is here, then the range A2 to last cell. Already we declare this last cell and set this to cell. A2 to last cell is selected. Now selection.cut. The selected ranges, now we cut them. Now we will select the inventory sheet where we are going to append these details. In worksheet inventory dot select. Then we will move to the down, where is the space after the all populated data. So range A1 dot n excel down. It will go the last row of the data. Then dot offset. After the last populated data, then one row we will go down. Then we will select that cell. Okay. For example, we will go down here. Then offset one row means we are selecting this cell. Okay. From this. Then active sheet dot paste. We are pasting in the active sheet. Now this cell is selected. We are pasting in the active sheet. It means we are pasting here. Okay, I will comment this out. I will let you know what is this. Okay. Now we will save the active workbook dot serve. It means we are saving the workbook. We start the if statement. So end if is here. Now we will check this. Go back to this sheet. Yes. Okay. Now why that message is not here? Because we have to call this procedure in the get inventory procedure. Under this, before the add formatting, it's good. We have to call this procedure here. Okay. Now we will compile, save, select all and delete, come back to this sheet and come back to new inventory. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now it is asking, because we have to put in the calling procedure section, then only it will call. Now the append inventory is called. Do you want to append the new vehicles data to inventory? If it is no, not append, delete them, come back again. If it is yes, it is appended. Previously it was in the 105th row. After these data are appended here. After append, the data are removed because we cut it and pasted there. Now we can't call this get inventory procedure here because we put an if function earlier. If there is any things in this sheet or in the cell A1, we can call this again. So what we have to do in the VBA, again we will put a function to clear the sheet new vehicles. Sub procedure clear sheet. Okay. Tab worksheets new vehicles dot select. Now the worksheet new vehicles is selected. Now we selected the worksheet new vehicles. Cells dot select. We selected the worksheet. Now we selecting the cells, all cells. Now selection dot clear. Now we are selecting the range A1 dot select. Right? What is here? Worksheet new vehicles dot select. The worksheet new vehicles is selected. Cell dot select. All cells are selected. Selection dot clear. All selection clear. Now the worksheet is empty. If the worksheet is empty only, we can call the get new unit procedure. We apply the function there. Then the range A1 is selected. Now we will copy this procedure and we will call this under here. That's why I put it in the command block. Now this is under inventory append procedure. Okay, the inventory append procedure after this clear sheet only we will save this active workbook. Okay, we append the data from there. If this is yes, then we are clearing the sheet new vehicles, then active workbook dot serve. Now we are calling this here in the get inventory procedure. We are calling this procedure new inventory. After all this done, after that only add formatting procedure will work. Okay, now we will compile this. Where is the selection dot clear? Here says space. Right. See, what's the advantages of compiling? Compile and save. Right. Now everything done. From here we can go back to get inventory procedure here. That formatting should be before that inventory append. Now it is correct. Now we will check. The add formatting should be before the inventory append, right? Now we will clear this, come to inventory sheet and come back to new vehicle sheet. Yes, I want to call the get new entry procedure. Yes, from this default workbook. If this is any other workbook, we will write the workbook, but should be in the same directory, that is vehicles.xlsm. Okay, or data extracted. Do you want to append the vehicles data to inventory, new vehicles data? If it is yes, it will append here. Yeah, here. Also, this is cleared. This is cleared. If I come back, it will ask again because it is cleared using that clear sheet procedure. Finally, we will do one more thing for the for statement. We'll open the sales fiscal year.xlsx. There are multiple worksheets, the same data set. This is the selling price in the I column. In each there's different number of sales happened. First, we have to sum all sales total, and we are going to put not here. After this, in this cell, we are going to put the total. For that, we will create a formula in the VBA editor, Alt F11. Okay, here we can see we don't need this. We will collapse this. Here you can see many worksheets here. Okay, to this workbook, we will create, we'll insert a module. Now we can see sales fiscal year workbook is selected, module 1 from that workbook is selected. Here we are going to create the formula to sum function to add this all selling prices. Okay, for that we will create the sub procedure called add total. We have to define this last cell because for each test the last cell is varied. Dim last cell as range. Also we have to create the formula to get the total. So dim total formula as string. We declare two variables here. Tab, we will set the last cell variable. Which one is assigned to this last cell variable is, before that we will set the range I. In the I column only the selling prices are contained. So I2 is the first selling price. Range I2 dot select. Now we selected the range I2, the first selling price. So here range I2, range I2 dot end open parenth excel down close parenth, right? Last populated shell of I column is this one, right? Now here this is the last cell. Last cell variable is assigned. Now we have to create the formula, the total formula, using sum function. Okay, within double quotes equal sum, as we use in the Excel. Open parenth from I2 cell, from I2 cell to last cell, colon. Then we will close the parenth and double quotes. Then the concatenate character and sign. Which one will be here? Last cell. Last cell, address of the last cell. Last cell of cell address. Open parenth. Here rows and columns absolute will be false. Right. Close parenth. It's paste again and sign. Then within the double quotes, we'll close the parenthesis of sum function. Sum I2 to last cell. Right. Enter. The total formula is defined here. Now we will select the range. We are going to put the total formula. Range of I2 dot end open parenthesis Excel down close parenthesis dot offset two rows down of the populated cell of selling price dot select. We are going to select the cell. After selecting the cell, in that cell we are going to put the formula. The cell is selected. After selected the cell, selection dot formula. We are assigning what? We are assigning the total formula to here. We are assigning the total formula to here, to the selection dot formula. Now everything done. Last cell and total formula. These variables declared. Range I2 selected. We set this last cell variable by this, the last cell of the I column. The total formula is defined here. We selected the cell where we are going to put the total formula. Then we put the total formula in that selected cell. Now we will compile this. No issue. Save this. We are going to save this as macro enabled workbook in the same directory. Now we will switch back to Excel. Alt F8 to get this macro window. Add total. We will run this. Okay, total is here. Now this is fine. Now we have to total to all these seats. For that, we will write one more procedure here. Sub procedure, all total. We will declare variable I, dim I as integer. Here we will use for loop. Here's the thing for the post statement. For I is equal to 1 to how many number of worksheets there? So worksheets dot count. Right. Tab key 2 times tab. Worksheet dot select. Worksheet of I dot select. It means the I means when I is equal to 1, the worksheet 1 will be select. When I is equal to 2, worksheet 2 will be select. From here we will enter. From here we will put the add total. That is this procedure. We started the for statement, so we'll end the for statement by next I. Now we will compile this. Worksheets S. Compile this, save this. Right. Come back to Excel. Alt F8 is the shortcut to get this. Okay, now we will run all total. Run. There's a debug. Yes, I will tell why this. Okay, and now I will end this. Debug is here. In the July 4th, there is see first row, second row, third row. There is no sales happened. So if this is empty, how it will find the last cell? The last cell can't find the last cell, right? So what we are going to do here, before this, we will apply a function if is I2. If there are cells, the cell will be here, right? In the I2. If range I2, if I2 not equal empty, if there is any cells, only this will comment. Then, right? Then only it will comment. The total formula will work. Right? Enter. Here we will put end if. Right. Now it is fine. Compile this, serve this. We can move to first sheet by right click this here and double click the first sheet. Alt F8. Now we will run the all total. Now no issues found. Now we can check the July 4th, right? July 4th here, this sheet. Okay, no issues found. Here we can put some things in the else statement as well, but I didn't put anything. If you put anything in the else statement, we can apply, put 0 here or no sales here, whatever things. We will meet in the next session for the upcoming VBA exercises. Thank you.